Okay, it's Friday the 9th of March. The time is just coming up to 6:30. We had a debrief today for a documentary, The Polish Traveller. I thought I'd do a vlog. I've never done one of these, so I thought that I'll have an attempt at that this week. Where to start? So, like I say, we ended up doing a documentary this week. It was meant to be a British social realism piece, but that kind of fell through. I was the writer for this week, so I wrote a script which I was very happy with. But when we got to on Monday when we got there, only 3 of us had turned up, and we needed at least 4 to be able to do a script. 3 out of 5 is probably not good enough, but either way, we knew we had to do something, and we knew we wouldn't be able to do the script via written. So after talking with the lecturers, we decided that we'll go for a documentary, including some of the topics that I covered in my script from watching British social realism films as part of my research when writing, and being a fan of the genre anyway. My script sort of there's a sort of a racial aspect to it. Racism was definitely a big part of the script, and I wanted to try and see if we could carry that through into the documentary, so we can sort of tick a box off what I'd researched. If you think of films such as This Is England, which has a big sort of factor, racism playing a big factor in that film, and quite a few others really. It's something that I've picked up on from the genre. The only problem being is that unless it's fictional, like when we was making, if we would have made the film that I had written, it's very hard to sort of find racism here in Aberystwyth, because it's such a multicultural place. And I didn't want to fake it. I didn't want to fake too much the documentary and sort of make out that it's, that Aberystwyth is much more racist than it actually is. So we knew Jakub, being one member of the group who is Polish, we knew there was a Polish shop in town. We thought we'll go down there and basically find out whether they've experienced any racism themselves, coming here, settling in Wales, in the UK, and trying to run a business here. But I knew that wasn't going to be enough to, for the whole documentary just to be about that visit to the Polish store. So as we was making our way down to town, which me, Alex and Jakub were trying to come up with different ideas of what we could do, and we decided that we'll basically do it about a charming Polish guy who's come to Wales for the first time, is looking for a new place to settle, where he can feel that he belongs and he won't be discriminated. And that's kind of what the documentary is about. And in the end, he finds that it was what he hoped it would be. I thought we did very well for saying there was just 3 of us filming a documentary. Like I say, Jakub was acting this week, I directed, and Alex did the sound. And was literally after we had discussed ideas, and because everything was just improvised, we only had about an hour and a half to actually film the documentary. So with that said, I think we did very, very well to actually get what we got to take with us into post-production. It was literally just improvising on the spot. Jakub might come up with something as, we're passing something. I would, whether it be just telling him to chase the pigeons or such, just to add character, or, we made a little bit of narrative about him wanting to get a pair of trousers for his brother, which would take us into Matalan and such. It was literally just thinking of things we could do which would create character, create a bit of story for the documentary, and we knew that if we could get enough footage, we could take it into post-production and try and follow codes and conventions and such. We got Alex to do some voiceovers, for example, which kind of helped it come across more as a documentary we wanted it to be. Feedback wise, the feedback was really good. When we was editing it, we ourselves, found ourselves laughing quite a bit, because Yaka was basically playing himself just a little bit more, you know, over the top with things. And yeah, it was just his character was just really charming, really likable. And yeah, like I say, we found ourselves laughing when we was editing it, and we just hoped that other people would get the same feelings and, you know, give us the same reaction, and they did. You know, when we watched it on the big screen, people were laughing at the parts that we thought that people may find funny, you know, humorous. And yeah, the feedback was good. Everybody seemed to like it. There's quite a few Polish people actually in our seminar, and quite a few of them said how realistic it seemed, and, you know, how they could relate to it. So that was really nice to hear. Like I say, I don't know. If we could go back and do it again, the extra time planning, you know, we could actually plan things. We can know where we're going rather than just wandering around town. Just that time to plan and really do a pre-production phase would help. Would help to get the footage. You know, there is things missing from the documentary and such, and a pre-production phase would help us to plan a hell of a lot better. But at the same time, maybe would miss some of the spontaneous moments that we got there in the documentary, and some of those, you know, the best moments in there, the funniest, the most charming. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it would be better if we had a chance to go do it again, and certainly if there was 5 pairs of hands helping on the day, it would have made life a lot easier. But at the same time, I'm happy with how it turned out, and we made something worthwhile in the end. I don't know. We've got 1 more week left to film something. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I've found it very difficult, and, you know, things have not been how I hoped it would be with this group. Just lack of attendance and commitment at times has really caused a lot of problems. So I don't know, having had the feedback that we've had, which has been positive, I don't know if I just want to call it a day now, and just tweak the edit slightly and give that in as my final piece, really. I don't know, simply because I wrote, you know, I've put a lot of effort in at times, and I feel that I've held things together at times with this group, and I don't know. Yeah, I put a lot of time and effort into writing the script for this week, and I was really excited about making it, and just the disappointment on the day has just really put me off. And it's not the first time it's happened, really, so I don't know. I'll have to have a think about what I want to do with regards to that. And like I say, I don't want to be writing another script over the weekend if come Monday we have the same situation where we've only got two or three of us actually showing up. I'll have to have a think. But either way, I think it's been a successful week of filming. I'm happy how we got on. Really want to say thank you to Jakub and Alex, because the 3 of us really had to pull together when everything was against us on Monday, and I think we did a good job. Anyway, that's my first vlog. I tried my best, so yeah, I'll be posting again soon. Cheers.